Yo, what up, man? Chris, somebody checking back in, man. Back with the blog, man. Make sure that like button, that subscribe button, anyway, and I appreciate all the support. What is going on, man? Top of the morning. What's going on in battle rap, man? Everybody can't get along now. You got Hitman and Cal. You got Hitman and Verb. You got Verb and Arse. All this stuff going on Twitter for those of y'all that are not on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? You know, maybe you can catch the tweets or something, you know, on one of these videos or whatever. But a lot of stuff going on Twitter, a lot of bickering going back and forth. And we also got Twork and Eazy, man. It's Eazy ducking Twork. That is what y'all keep asking me. Y'all DMing me, asking me my opinion on this, man. And it's very, very interesting, man. I did hear a while ago that this battle was locked in. You know what I'm saying? Not a while ago, but I heard before the Rim stuff, I did hear that it was locked in. So I kind of knew this was coming down. I think when the whole thing with Eazy and Pap and Rim kind of rehashed itself a couple weeks ago, I think I said in my blog, I'm hearing that he's battling Twork or whatever. So this battle, when Twork said in a space that this battle was talked about early May, he's right. You know what I'm saying? Frank is trying to put the battle together. For those of y'all that don't know who Frank is, I believe he's an actor. You know what I'm saying? He's an actor. He has some bread. He put money in battle rap. He helps a lot of leagues. He's helped RBE. He's helped, well, I don't know about RBE. He's helped Bags and Bodies. I know he's helped URL. I know he's helped Eazy. I know he sponsored the King versus Danny Myers battle. He sponsored that battle. So that's a very good battle right there. King versus Danny Myers dropped on YouTube probably a week or so ago. To me, is one of the best battles this year, if not the best battle this year. King versus Danny Myers. If you have not seen it, you got to check that out. You got to check that out, man. King versus Danny Myers. Frank paid for that battle, or at least paid for part of that battle. I do know that. So yeah, he's very involved in battle rap. So unfortunately, he don't know how to keep his mouth shut. You know, he should not be in spaces. He should not be so accessible, but he is. You can talk to him, and he gets buddy with battlers. He gets a little biased with battlers. He's, you know, always wants to like pay for certain stuff or whatever. And I'm not saying it's not a good thing. I just feel like a sponsor should be relatively unknown. We kind of seen what happened with Gerald McCoy when he started being in the space with Verb all the time. And then he got in the middle of this whole Hitman and Verb situation. And it was just like, bro, you were just better off just being on the side. You know what I'm saying? But you in the space all the time, and then you kind of being propped up like a puppet. So I feel like a sponsor should be like Harry. He should just be quiet. You putting the money up and you don't hear. But now we got spaces and niggas are talking, and Frank is just another person that's damn near in a space every day. I don't know. I don't know. You know, if you're an actor, you'll think that you'll be kind of busy and got other things that you have interest in, but he be in a space heavy, bro, like super heavy. And but he loves battle rap. I ain't really knocking him or whatever. He's gotten screwed a little bit on some of his money with certain things. I think with Hustle, with one of the battles I heard about, him and Hustle was arguing over some money over a no-show that she did. But for the most part, man, he's a heavy battle rap fan. Puts his money up. He said he's been helping with battle rap for about 2.5 to 3 years, like under the radar. So a lot of people don't know that, but he's been involved in battle rap for at least 2 years now and put a lot of bread into battle rap. So that's the Frank side of the situation. As far as let me let you hear this audio. Let me play about a minute worth of audio because I thought that this was interesting. So hold on, let me play this.
This is in no way. This is in no way, shape, form your fault. This isn't. I want to go on record. This is in no way, shape, form your fault at all.
It would be in my interest for this battle.
All I'm saying is, stop campaigning for the bullshit. You sat up here because you was real vocal about he's gonna do this. He's gonna beat the shit out of you. You scared? You can't fuck with that nigga. And then when we was ready to lock in, I was ready to come. Then we was ready to lock in.
I do that to you every time.
I was supposed to come to. I was gonna come to the trenches, come to his.
Yes or no?
Because he's scared. Because you know G shit. He was supposed to lock in with Ars on TBL, but he don't want Papoose to show up to the motherfucking venue and all that to be. He want to be. Yo, that's the real truth. Eazy don't want to battle nowhere but the trenches because he want to have control over the environment so he can stop Papoose for coming in. Papoose
what are you doing right now? What is it?
I'm going crazy. I'm pushing the button.
All right. That audio is very long. It's a lot to talk about. Rex just was in a space not too long ago, and he was saying that the battle was locked in between Twork and Eazy as well. So that was Rex talking about it. You know, Rex is cool with Eazy, and he kind of like co-hosted the Trenches event that he had, the King versus Danny Myers battle. So he kind of co-hosted that event. Do I feel like Eazy is ducking? I'm gonna be honest. The fact that Twork is saying it got all the way up to, and he posted screenshots that Eazy was supposed to send him a contract that day. So the fact that it got all the way to that point where we negotiated on a number, we agreed to battle. You said you're gonna send it over that day. You don't send it over. Then you tell me, you know, hold on a little bit. I'm gonna send it over. I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm at the movies right now. I'm gonna send it over later. The fact that it got all the way there, and then you never sent it, and it seems like Frank is now trying to negotiate a different battle possibly and paying for that battle or paying a portion of that battle. Yeah, he ducked. I mean, he ducked. The only way he can not duck, bro, it depends on who the other person is. Like, we know it's not Lux. We know it's not Mook. But if it was any of them two, of course, then that's a better battle, or at least a similar battle. So we know it's not Lux. We know it's not Mook. I'm trying to just think who else it could be. So, you know it's not Rock, all right? So you know them three out the way. We know it's not Briz, so that's out the way. I'm just trying to eliminate who he could battle in place of. Okay. No, it's not Hustle. I think him and Hustle would be a big battle, like first lady of URL, first dude of Chrome or whatever, or former first lady of Chrome. I think that's a good intergender battle that he could do down the road. It's not none of that. So if he pops up with like a Big K, then he's definitely ducked. If he popped up with a random person, like, oh, I'm battling Bill Collector. So it a little bit depends on who it is, but everybody is booked or not battling, bro. It's not, like I said, it's not going to be Rock, it's not going to be Briz, it's not going to be Mook, it's not going to be Lux. You know what I'm saying? He could possibly get a pass if it's Cassidy, because Cassidy got a name and is a bigger like stature battle or whatever, and he always wanted to battle Cassidy, so I can't technically knock that particular battle. But as of right now, it looks like he ducked. The only other person is Arsenal. If he took Arsenal, do you feel like he ducked Twork? Because it does kind of seem that way. I don't really know. It's not too many battles that's going to be higher than that, and the fact that you got this far down the road with negotiating, it's going to seem like a duck. Now Twork said something interesting, and this is why I really wanted to do this blog. Twork said he was supposed to lock in with Arsenal on TBL, but he was worried about Papoose. He only wants to battle on Trenches so he can control the environment. That is important. That is important. Eazy is not going to be, I ain't going to say he's not going to be, but he will diminish a little bit of his winning if all he ever does is battle on Trenches and in Philly, because he's controlling the footage. There's been a lot of rumors about footage that I personally hear about, Eazy is taking out 3-0 chance and stuff like that from the Suge battle and different things like that. It was a nigga that hit me up. I never said this in a blog, but he hit me up and he said, yo, there was a comment saying, now I don't think Swamp won the battle at all versus Eazy, but I guess when the battle dropped on YouTube, a few people had Swamp winning, and he was like, yo, there was a comment that Swamp won 2-1 that was very, very, you know how you make a comment and then it gets like 30 or 40 likes or whatever. He said that comment was there. He said he went back later on that day or later on whatever just to finish watching the battle, and he said that he went through every comment. He said, yo, that comment was deleted. So it's just shit like that, bro. Like the advantage that you have of battling in Philly in your backyard. So, and I know a lot of y'all will be like, well, Mook and Lux always battled in New York and stuff like that. It's just a different time now. You know what I'm saying? And Mook is about to battle Hitman in Houston, and he battled Reed Dollars in Houston, and Lux, you know, even though he went out to Cali and it was Caffeine era or whatever, he battled Geechee. It was a different era. Battle rap was heavy in the New York area. Now these days, you kind of need to move around, and in a little bit of fairness, when you book a Mook and Lux, because they're so pricey, a lot of times the people that you're putting on a card are other New Yorkers. Like you'll put Lux on a card, then you'll put Clips on a card, or then you'll put DNA on a card, or you might put K-Shine on the card, or you might put Surf on a card, or you might put Hollow on a card. All of these niggas was like in New York, so it kind of made sense. Cortez and all these, there were so many battle rappers in New York that it made more sense to sometimes have it in a central spot like that. So if you put, you know, we're gonna be looking at a lot of these Gnome announcements, and we're gonna see that now that URL is doing an event in New York, it's gonna be a lot of New York people on the card. It's just cheaper to do it that way. So we understand that, and it's just a different era. And I think the passes that a lot of people got, because yeah, everybody used to come to URL, and Summer Madness 1, Summer Madness 2, Gnome 1. Everybody used to come to URL. All the Young Ills and Averbs and Hitmans and Big T's and they used to come to URL and battle in New York. But times have changed, and I feel like the culture, I'm talking about the culture, will not give Eazy a pass if people are like, yo, I try to book him, you know. So the question is, it'll be interesting. Is he battling Arsenal? Was he able to like was he able to turn down the TBL battle, right? Turn it down, and then do it on Trenches and have it in his backyard? And I'm saying that because you remember Hitman did an interview and he said, I tried to do Eazy and Twork on Bags and Bodies. You remember he said that. He said his first event, he called all these people. He tried to do Eazy and Rock. Rock didn't want to do it. He tried to do Eazy and Twork. He said he was talking to Eazy, but Eazy told him, this is what he said, because, you know, I interviewed him, and sometimes me and Hitman be talking behind the scenes. He said Eazy felt like it would be, like a main event battle. It would be a better for a main event battle, right? This is when I think he was about to battle Geechee, and it would be a bigger main event battle. And at the time, it sounded like, okay, maybe that's a good reason. Maybe he want to make it a main event battle. But honestly, he would have been battling Twork in Atlanta. Same place where Big K battled him at. He would have been battling him in Atlanta. Now you see they negotiating damn near a year later to battle in Philly. So if Eazy is trying to basically, you know, we look up and we say, damn, okay, he didn't do the Twork battle, but now he's about to negotiate with Arsenal. It's going to be like, oh, you just didn't want to battle Arsenal in Houston. You didn't want to go down to TBL. You didn't want to battle Arsenal in Houston. You talked to Arsenal and told him, let's do it in Philly. And Arsenal is one of them, once again, I'm in another nigga's state, on another nigga's stage, he'll go on the road and battle. He don't really give a fuck. So Arsenal, a battle you, it don't matter where. And it'll be just Eazy just didn't want to do the battle outside of Philly. As far as do I feel like Pap will follow this nigga or see him on a flyer, and I don't think so. But I could understand the fear, you know what I'm saying? I can understand him worried about, yo, you know, what if I battle Arsenal and the nigga bring Pap out or something? Or what if I, you know what I'm saying? You don't never really know what the situation is when you're not battling on a situation you can control. But Eazy at this point in his career, he isn't liked well enough to be able to pull that off. Because if everybody is saying, oh, I try to battle Eazy, but he don't want to do it, he only want to battle in the trenches. Once that narrative gets out there, it's not gonna work the way it worked with Mook and Lux. And Mook and Lux wasn't controlling that. It just that so happened that's what URL and the leagues were doing. But he won't be able to be like, oh well, you know, Mook battled 8 times in New York, so why you come? He won't be able to get that passed because the narrative will be, you know, I can see R saying we were supposed to do the battle in Houston, but you only want to do it in your backyard. So once that narrative gets out there, then that's what the narrative will be. And that's what it seems like right now, is that he's trying to dictate where to do the battle, and that he will battle these people, but he only wants to battle in his backyard. And him doing that live with when after the Suge battle, and he lost that battle, when he said I'll never battle in New Jersey again, like fuck all that, he kind of laughed it off, but there's a little truth in every joke. He was really being serious, like, yo, I'm not coming back to Jersey. They wasn't fucking with me like I wanted them to. So I don't really think, like, he'll still get battles. Remy's, you know, niggas is thirsty for bread, so they will take Remy's paycheck at the end of the day. You know, you see what's going on with Twork. Probably a year or two ago, he probably wouldn't even done this battle on the trenches. But it's like, oh shit, Remy want to cut a check, I'm gonna do it. You are real slow right now, I'm gonna do the battle. So now niggas will take the check. So I'm not saying they won't battle over there. It's just that every time Eazy brags and boasts about a win or whatever, it's gonna look less and less more every time he battles in Philly. And I think ultimately he kind of knows that angle works less and less in Philly. He put a whole bunch of trenches niggas in the building. He put a whole bunch of niggas that he books from the trenches. He put a whole bunch of Philly niggas, and every time they come on there with that rim shit, rim this, that's the one place where it's not gonna work as much, just because Eazy gets a lot of support there. So but in Houston, Arsenal would have killed that angle in Houston, bro. Like in Houston, that shit would have went crazy. It's gonna go crazy anyway, just because everything that happened, but it's definitely gonna go crazy if he battles Twork in Atlanta, Arsenal in Houston, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna go even crazier there. So a little bit of this, I can say I feel like it's ducking, because I think he knows I cannot battle Twork after what just happened. Everybody is saying that. I came straight out and said, I heard he's battling Twork next, and he gonna definitely lose that battle. So he can't afford to lose to Twork, bro. Like, Twork is dominating spaces and people are on his ass. If he looks up, it loses to Twork. And Twork got a lot of shit on him. He got the Hurricane Du angle. He dated Hurricane Du first, and Eazy dated the second. There's a little bit of history. Twork already whipped his ass in a one-rounder and damn near bodied him in a one-rounder. So Twork got a lot of shit, a lot of history with Eazy in a way. So, it'd be interesting, but, I don't think he can beat Twork right now. I don't know. I mean, and Ars is a safer battle, which is why I think he might have ducked Twork too, because you could give Ars a million angles and sometimes he'll still take the wrong approach. We just saw him just battle Mook and try to call Mook a rapist in the third round. Like, oh, you used to play high school basketball and fuck your mother. Like, Ars is the kind of nigga that will have a crazy angle with Rem right now, and you'll be looking at like, yo, I don't know how you gonna beat Ars with this angle. He missed a disrespect, but he'll OD on it so much or do something so crazy with it that he'll almost like lose the battle himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, in a way, Arsenal is a safer battle than Twork, even though Arsenal is the most unpredictable nigga. Arsenal will brain papoose to Houston. Arsenal will do a lot of wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even know where Arsenal will go with it in a battle, how disrespectful he'll be. He might bring some nigga that went to high school with Eazy on stage. Like, it could be so much things Ars could do, but in a way, sometimes Ars overthinks his angle. So I know I said a lot, but all in all, yeah, he ducked Twork. That's what I feel. And I mean, unless he pops out with a crazy opponent, I can see it. But there ain't a lot of people you can take over Twork. And if you pop out with Arsenal, especially after Ars said you were supposed to battle him in Houston and turn that down, so you pop out with Arsenal or Big K or just another nigga, just another nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like a Serious Jones. You know what I mean? Them and Serious Jones talking shit. If you pop out with like some weak ass battle like that, it's just like, nah, that ain't the move, bro. Like that ain't the move at all. That's my thoughts. Holla at your boy.